Hey, welcome back to another video of reviewing TryHackMe rooms. Now I'm reviewing the TryHackMe room on Linux Fundamentals Part 3. This is the last room on Linux Fundamentals on TryHackMe, and there's a video. I highly recommend following the video for this one. It does get a little confusing, but once you follow the video and make sure to read also to make sure you're fully paying attention, maybe refer to other notes and everything. um, you're fully reading the tasks, because I kind of missed some things. So I'm just going to introduction straightforward, jump into task 2 since you're starting a machine, and then this is where you also deploy the attack box. So using the following machine credentials: username is, please note this stuff because that's what you're going to use in the terminal. You're going to be using that. So when the terminal first pops up, it's going to say IP dash some other things. So it's not going to look like the TryHackMe credential. It's going to look like something else. So just note that. Um, and then we're going to move on to the terminal text editors. This was pretty straightforward. Um, you definitely, for this one, like I said, when you first launch, it's the machine. When you first launch the attack box, it's going to show IP dash blah 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 blah. That's going to be like the username or like the credential. What you will need to do is you will need to open another tab in the terminal and then use this, those credentials. That's what you'll need to do. Um, yeah, that's what you need to do for that one. So yeah, because I went through. Okay, actually, no, you don't do that yet. Okay, so first just log in. First, you just log in using task 2 credentials to complete this, because you can't really, I mean, you can. I did actually create a file like using Nano. I called it, I believe it was Nano, Mimi's Nano. That was the file. So I was able to do that. But to capture the flag, you actually need the TryHackMe credentials. No, you need let me see, I had to SSH log in. Yes, because when it popped up, yes. So when I was in the IP one, the one that actually, the original one that pops up, that's when I did the nano file. But I had to, in order to to retrieve the flag in this task, in task 3, I had to SSH login back to using these credentials. So that's what it is. So that's where it gets a little confusing. So once you understand that, then you move on to utilities. Now, this is where we get introduced to wget, and you'll learn all about that here. And this is the one where you still need a terminal open with the TryHackMe credentials. You still need that open, but this is where you would open another tab. And I believe if you scroll down in here somewhere, it will tell you that, remember that you will need to another an, um, have another tab open. See, this is what I mean. So when you first open the attack box, that root at IP, that's what you're going to see. So going back to the previous task, when you see this, you need to make sure that you go back to using the credentials in task 2. Okay. Then you go through this. then you go through the other tasks. Then when you come back here, this is when will have, you will need to, um, I'm trying to think here, because I actually restarted because I was confused. So I actually restarted like the whole, I think I restarted the attack box because I got really confused. And when you do SSH back into, no. So, okay, when I restarted the attack box, I saw this. This is what I saw. Then I had to open under file, you're going to see open new tab in the terminal. You do that, and then you SSH log in using the credentials in task 2. And then see right here above 1 and 2, it even shows it right here, 1 and 2. That's why I was saying, like, pay attention to what's going on. You'll see. So then that's where you do the Python, the HTTP server, and then in the other tab, that's where you want to do the wget, and then you answer the questions. Again, if you follow along with the video, highly recommend it for this room. For part 3, unlike part 2, part 3, you definitely want to follow along. For times where you get stuck, follow along with the video. And I basically just went ahead and followed along with the video for the rest of the room and had an easier time. So that's what I did. Just followed along and had a much easier time. And then I completed the room, and that was it. So everything, once you follow the video for this room, it's pretty straightforward. So the video is very helpful in the Linux Fundamentals Room Part 3. The video, John, it's very helpful in following along and learning and practicing. Whereas in the Linux Fundamentals Part 2, the video wasn't so helpful. You still had to kind of dig, and it was a little bit of a struggle, at least for me. So Linux Fundamentals Part 3, I rate this room, I'll give it an 8. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.